Hello and welcome to the Windy City Podcast. All right, so episode 3 is going to be talking about the Chicago Bears and their offseason moves and what we think will happen for this.
Yeah, we're going to talk about like Zach LaVine and Wendell. Oh wait,
no
more basketball.
No more basketball.
Aww.
We're going into the NFL world,
Aww.
specifically with a historic franchise that we both love.
Yeah.
That sometimes just makes us want to pull our hair out.
Yeah.
And
Hey, maybe if we're not talking about basketball anymore, maybe more people will watch us. Maybe more people think we're not just talking about the Bulls all the time.
Either that or they might unsubscribe. But you know what? It's fine.
Don't think like that.
So I'm going to start us off with just talking about specific free agent moves.
Okay.
And all that kind of stuff.
Do you want to do the draft? Okay, let's do free agent and then the draft because the draft came after. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but I do want to know, Jake, on a scale of 1 to 10.
Okay.
1 being complete doo-doo.
Mm-hmm.
And 10 being knocking it out of the park, yes. How would you feel about the free agency pickups and the re-signings that the Bears did this year?
Well then, that's a little tough one. I'd probably give it a 7. Give it a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
What about you?
I'd give it like an 8. Only reason why I would give it an 8 is it's
bigger than 7.
It is bigger than 7, Jake. I have a decent amount of, hope in this coming up season, possibly, if there's a season. But
There will be.
I sure hope so. But just, some basic, quick things with the people that we re-signed onto the Bears. Linebacker Danny Trevathan.
Yep.
Great. Sherrick McManus, we got back. Pretty sure, didn't we?
Yeah.
Who else we get on there? We got Patrick Scales. It's another long snapper, so nothing super crazy.
Hey, that matters.
I know. Roy Robertson Harris, I'm pretty sure we got back. As our Uncle Donnie would say. And then, sadly, I don't think J.P. Holtz made it. You know who it's fine.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
But they don't, probably.
Yeah, probably not. But releases. The Bears did release 3 people, and I'm not saying they were bad players. I'm not.
I might.
I liked Prince Amukamara. I liked him, but he was just injury plagued, and he was old. He got beat a lot.
He's in Vegas now.
Yeah, he's in Vegas. Taylor Gabriel could not stay on the field. He was fast.
No, he could. He just couldn't do anything.
Yeah, it's true.
Literally, he's known for 2 or 3 touchdowns a season.
Yeah.
One game, yeah.
And then the one player that I thought that when we drafted him, he'd be like a Von Miller type guy was Leonard Floyd. I thought that. And then I was obviously very, very, very wrong. I was very wrong.
What's the matter with you?
I don't know. But the Rams decided to give him a 1-year deal for $10 million. So, they see something. Kind of.
I have glasses that I didn't see anything with that kid.
Okay. He was thinner than me. So, okay. Anyway, so...
I was fatter than him.
So, just basic, out of,
Wait, we also lost somebody else that's pretty important, too, man. We lost the great Pollock himself, Nick Kwiatkowski.
Oh, yeah, Nick Kwiatkowski did leave. You're right.
Yeah, what the heck, bro? He also went to Vegas.
Vegas is picking up some Bears players right there.
Yeah, because he done messed up with the Khalil Mack thing. But that's another story.
That is another story, and that is still very happy that we have him on our team. So, but for the free agent signings that the Bears did do, tight end Demetrius Harris, it's only a 1-year deal. Nothing too crazy. I mean, we have 11 tight ends on the roster, don't we?
10.
Okay, sorry, 10. But still, but double-digit tight end count?
Hey, anything is possible with popsicles.
Maybe we'll get another fullback in there. Man, no, he doesn't do that. Anyway, then we got a defensive back, Trey Robertson.
Isn't he from Canada? Or the XFL?
I think so.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I heard he was really good, so I'm actually kind of happy about it. I mean, it gives more competition for the cornerback that we need.
If he's from the Canadian League, we also know somebody that also came from the Canadian League, and he totally sucked, but that's another story.
Oh, yes, the man, the myth, the legend that we...
The trench coat!
The trench coat. Mark Trestman.
Dr. Death.
The one that I fell in love with, to compliment Khalil Mack, somebody that Leonard Floyd couldn't be, was...
Marvinus Mingo?
No, I mean, but No.
No?
No.
Oh.
Robert Quinn.
Are you sure it's not Barkevius Mingo?
I mean, he's cool too because his name. But no, Robert Quinn, the 5-year, $70 million deal. Is it a lot of money? Yes, but it's
saying it's like a 3-year, 21 million.
In hindsight. But I'm just saying I would rather give Robert Quinn that money than Leonard Floyd because there's way more you can get with Robert Quinn.
Or Barkevius Mingo, come on.
You only like him because of his name.
He was just a bust.
You just like him because of his name. We got another cornerback, Artie Burns. He was on the Steelers, if I remember correctly. It was only a 1-year deal. I was right. Look at that. God, I'm good.
What site are you looking at? I mean, what notes? What notes are we looking at?
We're not looking at notes.
What Wikipedia pages?
We don't need this.
I don't know what you're talking about, kids.
And
He's
then,
gonna be gone. We'll talk about
and then, so we're gonna get into the two controversial ones.
Wait, what's the other one?
Well, the first one's not controversial. It's just one that like Bears fans are just like, this is the first thing you do in free agency. This is the first thing you decide to do. We signed another tight end. First thing we did in the free agency market is a 2-year deal, $16 million to Jimmy Graham. Now, I can see Jimmy Graham being really good in this offense. I can see him being really good in this offense. I really can, as long as he can, stay on the field and we only use him as like a vertical guy who can just jump and get the ball. That's all he's really used for. In the end zone, get in there and just be done. Would I much rather seen Greg Olsen for that money? Yeah.
Yeah, Mike.
Yeah. Or would I rather have seen, what's his name? Eric Ebron. Eric Ebron, the problem with Eric Ebron is he is injury plagued. So that's the only negative with him.
Yeah, but Jimmy Graham is
a lot older.
A grandpa.
Compared to a lot of the guys on the team, yeah, he's definitely a grandpa. But
he's old.
I mean, yeah. But now it's time to get into the biggest controversial thing that happened this free agency when the Chicago Bears traded.
Okay, yeah, that was
for Nick Big Richard Foles coming in hot into Chicago, which makes a lot of people scratch their heads saying, oh, is Trubisky going to be the answer now? Or is he, he's kind of thrown into the wayside? Is Nick Foles going to come in and pull a Philadelphia with the Bears? Now, if he pulls a Philadelphia with the Bears, I'm not mad. I really don't care at this point who's the starting quarterback for the Bears. Would I love to see Mitchell Trubisky be the guy? Of course I would. I have his jersey literally in my closet right now. It's not hanging up.
Are you keeping people in the closet? That's rude.
I mean, no, but I have his jersey. I've wanted him to be good. I liked him when he came out. He has the arm talent. If it's just him getting it from his brain to his arm, make it happen. But if Nick Foles comes in, he starts just going crazy, sweet. But if he's just not playing well, I'm just start calling him Little Richard instead of Big Richard. Nick Foles, okay? It'll be different.
Why are you making fun of the dead?
I'm not.
Little Richard just died though.
I know. I'm making fun of Nick Foles.
Freaking rude. Nick.
So. But what
people in the closet making fun of rude people?
Well, the real question is, Jake, for the Nick Foles thing, I know your reaction was just you were not happy.
No. I mean, okay, let me rephrase this. Like, okay, let's just say this. Like, yeah, Trubisky kind of regressed last season, but I mean, I still have high hopes for the kid. I know, like, I hear it every day that we messed up picking him over Mahomes and Watson, but I mean, like, I still have high hopes for the kid. I mean, I think he has a real talent. I mean, like, and let's be serious, though. I think last year we took a really big regression. Not just Trubisky, but, like, also just, the offensive play calling and the line not blocking and not really having a number 2 option next to Allen Robinson. I mean, I really want Anthony Miller to be that guy, but last year I didn't think he just didn't do anything. I just think they really regressed. I also thought that the run game was kind of crappy. Like, they really didn't establish the run game like they said they were going to. So, I mean, like, I really don't fully blame it on Trubisky, and you also have to think, too, I bet you any money that shoulder injury he suffered was probably still bothering for the years. So, I mean, like, I don't know. I never hurt my shoulder, but, like, it's something that, like, I really have high hopes for. Like, hey, if the kid doesn't perform, it's really sad because I thought this guy would be the next coming for us after 2018. I thought we were going to take a major step. But, no. We did not take a major step in 2019, and thus far we've got Nick Foles, who won in Philly, with Trey Burton, former Bear, by the way.
Who's gone?
Yeah, whatever. But, it's going to be an interesting battle, but, I don't know. I really hope Trubisky does win because it doesn't mean, I hate Nick Foles. I didn't really like the signing, but, at this point, it's just get us to the damn playoffs. Just get us to the damn playoffs already, please.
Yeah, that'd be very...
No more double doinks.
No more double doinks, nothing like that. And just getting us to where we should be. Because our defense is stacked.
Yeah.
That defense... It went from being horrible when we had, Tressman,
Dr. Death,
Mel Tucker, and that defense was just horrible. Then John Fox came in, switched it up, 3-4. He did. He switched it up, and thank the Lord for Vic Fangio.
Yeah, let me rephrase you on that one. He switched up the defense, but he didn't switch up the sucking.
Yes, but the defense got a lot better.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah.
Because Vic Fangio was there, and without Vic Fangio, that defense would not have been good. And then now...
Come back!
I still think Chuck Pagano could be good.
Chuck Strong.
I honestly think that. I think Chuck Pagano could still be a fantastic defensive coordinator.
Yeah, everybody just has to stay healthy again.
You guys got to stay healthy. Akeem Hicks coming back healthy.
Yeah!
Having
No Mike Lennon talk.
Oh, yeah, none of that. But just the overall, I feel like if the defense can stay strong like it should be, and the offense just plays, a little bit better than mediocre, to be fine.
Okay, let me get back on this one again. Just establish a run game. You drafted David Montgomery. You hardly really. They used him, but not what we wanted him to be. He really didn't do anything. And then let's also remind ourselves that Tariq Cohen is such a freak of nature catching out of the backfield. That also disappeared. So you got to run him outside.
Yeah, run him outside.
But
yeah.
You gotta just you gotta mix up the offense. You can't have Trubisky throw freaking 50 passes a game. He's not the quarterback to do that. So, or if, in this case, if whatever it's gonna be Nick Foles. I really don't really follow Nick Foles. All I know was a Super Bowl, and then he signed that major contract with the Jags, and that didn't last very long. But just establish a good, well-balanced offense, like a well-balanced breakfast.
Yes, just the offense can be so great, especially
it can be.
Oh yeah, because like you said, David Montgomery get an established run game, so that way last year defenses didn't worry about the run.
Right.
Because it was so abysmal. It didn't do anything.
Yeah.
So if you have no run game, it's just Trubisky passing, okay.
Or Foles, whoever it's going to be.
Or Foles, whoever it is. Okay, so all right, just stack the box the entire time. Because there's no point of having to do anything.
Yeah.
And if you get to Trubisky too fast, you're going to get in his head. Or even Foles, for that matter. It doesn't really matter who it is. You're going to get into their head. And just another thing that needs to happen before the season starts, it would be really great if we just extend Allen Robertson. He deserves it. He's a freaking human. He's a great guy. He's a humanitarian. He's amazing. Just do it.
I apologize for anyone listening with headphones.
I'm sorry, but I've seen it all over Twitter. I've seen it all over Instagram. I've seen it all over Facebook. Everything.
Twitter is for the birds.
Yeah, well, I have it, and the birds are saying to extend Allen Robertson.
No. Okay.
Allen Robinson. I need it now.
Let's just briefly touch upon this. Let's just look back at last season of what caused us to make these moves in this offseason. So last year, we're all going in. Everybody has high expectations for us.
Oh yeah.
Coming off, sadly, the double doink, but season held high. Trubisky played really well. I thought Allen Robinson was coming to be, coming off his knee injury. We signed Trey Burton in 2018. We got, we have all these players. Anthony Miller was drafted. All these guys, and we brought over Vic Fangio was willing to stay for another year to help shore up the defense. And the big thing, probably in top 3 trades in history, was getting freaking Khalil Mack from the Raiders. Thank you, John Gruden, you idiot. But you got Akeem Hicks already. You got Leonard Floyd, who obviously in 2018 we all thought 2 years in his career, okay, really can't stay healthy. Maybe he will become something. God damn, we were wrong. But
yes, we were.
you know, then
wrong.
you have like players like that. You had Kyle Fuller, who really was gonna be like cut or either traded, but he really turned into the star that we all hoped to be.
He's a stud.
Yeah, he's a stud. And then the drafting of Eddie Jackson is, in my opinion, a top 3 safety in the league.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
he deserves that contract.
Yeah, he did.
Oh
He did.
God.
So going into last season, coming off 2018 with a 12-4 record, everybody and their mom thought that the Bears were going to be competing again. No, they did not. And it all began with the first game of the season.
Oh.
Home field against the damn Packers.
10-3.
10-3.
For the 100th season.
Yeah, for 100. That's 100, people.
You open up the season with a 10-3 loss to the Packers.
Yep.
Now, you have everything.
Yep.
I mean, because what I don't understand is they took just a huge step backwards in offense. What happened? What happened to the play action rollout with Trubisky? What happened to the great run game that we had? I mean, I understand we didn't have Jordan Howard, who usually just knocked people over and just put them on their freaking ass. But, like, what happened? That's somebody that's one person that I think we're missing in this offense. That's one person, like, running back-wise. Because you have Tariq Cohen, which is that really quick guy who can just juke somebody out of their shoes and just sprint down the field and you can't catch him. You have David Montgomery, who can just break tackles all day long. But you don't have that bruiser who can just smack somebody right in the mouth. You just don't.
Ow, why'd you hit me?
No, you deserved it.
Oh.
But you just don't have that in our backfield. You don't. So, like, when I see a guy out in free agency right now, I'm not naming any names, but like Devontae Freeman, I think that'd be great.
Mike Davis.
Shut your mouth. No. We tried that.
That was a fail.
That was an epic fail. Because, I mean, just overall, last year we thought it was going to be this next step, and obviously it was not. And this year now, even after the bad year last year, all that stuff, what I thought we did in free agency was pretty great. And I think that we're going to be able to take that next step as long as who's ever playing quarterback plays average at most. That's all you need.
Yeah.
You just need, honestly, you just need to be either average or a little above average, and this team's going to be a contender. That's all you need, really.
Yeah, I mean, I think the same way. I mean, I think that, I wouldn't, everybody has their own opinions, and like we share different opinions, and I have to, like, I kind of felt like you think the Bears free agency moves were great. I think they were average at best. Like, I did like the Robert Quinn signing.
That was only saving grace, honestly.
I know, but still, I mean, like, not really other moves made me go, wow! Like, holy crap, that was awesome,
Yeah,
it's like, I mean, like, re-signing Danny Trevathan, I hope he can stay healthy for the remainder of the 3 years he was signed for. But that's really all that really stands out to me. It's just that, like, the Barvides Mingo signing was, he was pretty much going to be Leonard Floyd 2.0. The Jimmy Graham thing, that just made me freaking mad. So I'm like, no, okay. Well, this is how you start free agency, huh? Freaking swing and a miss. But I honestly, though, like, I do hope that these moves help in a way. Like, it's not going to change my perspective of anything. Like, if they don't do anything, it's not going to be a shocker. It's the freaking Bears. We suck all the time anyway.
Yeah, we're like, basically now, because the Cubs were called the lovable losers.
Yeah.
The Bears could get called lovable losers, but sometimes we just do not love them.
Yeah, we don't love them at all. But, I mean, like, I just hope that, like, look, I mean, like I said, like, I hope they all pan out, whatever. I hope Jimmy Graham returns to, like, at least to Seattle. With Seattle, at least. I know, but he's not going to recapture this time with the Saints, but, like, at least it would be, but you got to get a freaking time machine. I don't think we can afford one of those.
No, we cannot.
Maybe you can ask Jimmy Graham. He's got the money. But, I don't know. Like, I just hope, like, Jimmy Graham can recapture, like, what he did in, like, at least Seattle. Like, he was averaging, like, 4 or 5 touchdowns a season. That's all you really need, because we have another guy we're going to get to a little bit that's probably going to be the top guy. And I'm talking about Jebediah Horstead. Just kidding.
Jebediah.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, like, I honestly think, though, the biggest one was the Robert Quinn signing, because you needed somebody else next to Khalil Mack, which I'm completely fine with. I just hope that he can produce like he did in Dallas last year with 11.5 sacks. But I also just hope that he's pretty much. I know like Khalil Mack is going to be the main focal point of that defense for as long as he remains in Chicago. But like I was reading when I first saw him, he was like number one in the league with like percentage wise of just putting pressure on the quarterback. So that's kind of what you need. So that way you can open up holes for like people like, because I think Belial Nichols is going to be on the other end next to Akeem Hicks. You're going to have Mr. Eddie Goldman in the middle. You're going to have Roquan. You're going to have Danny Trevathan, Khalil Mack, and you're going to have Robert Quinn. So that's a pretty good defense.
Starting 7 is
it's pretty good.
It's good.
What mainly worries me is about the backfield. I know we have Kyle Fuller as one cornerback, and then we have Eddie Jackson as the other one. But oh crap! You know what? Actually, I think there's another signing too. I think that Deshaun Gibson signing was really good too.
Oh yeah.
It would have been nice to have him a couple years ago, but he's still a pretty good player. I think he's going to be the next starting safety besides Eddie Jackson, so they can move him back to his original position.
Please do. Let him scan that field, man. If you give Eddie Jackson the free reign just to scan that field, you're going to get pick city all day long.
But I think that the second the cornerback 2 position is going to be taken by the guy we took in the draft, but we'll get to him in a little bit. So, like, in your hindsight, what honestly, in the grade, like, what would you give the Bears' free agency moves? And let's just throw this out there too. What about like some of the coaches changes too? How about that? I mean, like there wasn't like any like big name. Like we got a new offensive coordinator.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Bill Lazor coming over from Cincinnati. We still kept Chuck Pagano. We still have Chris Tabor as special teams. Juan Castillo, I think for the line is going to be really good. He helped Philly with that line when they won the Super Bowl. So I think he's going to be really good because our line sucked last year.
That's a understatement, but okay. I think that with the new coaching changes, I mean, the problem with the offensive coordinator thing is like he's just helping Nagy make plays.
Yeah, it's still going to be Nagy calling
and it's
plays.
Not. And I'm not saying anything against Nagy. I think Nagy's a very smart guy. It's just you need to play to your players' strengths. Yeah. I understand that he has a system. He wants it to be run a certain way. I understand that. And I fully agree. But there are times when if you have a quarterback who is mobile, who can roll out of the pocket and give, the receivers another 3 or 4 seconds to get open.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want to utilize that? Because it's not going to last forever. You don't see Tom Brady doing that. You don't see... I mean, Drew Brees kind of does that sometimes. He has to. Or, like, Russell Wilson now is getting older, but he still does it. And look how much time he has in the pocket. That's why those guys are great. They're great players because they're able to extend plays, which is why it's important to have a mobile quarterback.
Yeah.
So, but did you want to just jump right into the draft? Let's get into that.
Yeah, go ahead. See what you got to say. Like I said, you can take over this episode today.
In the draft, obviously the Chicago Bears for their first round pick, they had Khalil Mack.
Yeah, that was a pretty good move. I like that. That's like an A+ signing all around.
That is an A+ always, forever, and to the end of time. And then the legitimate first pick the Bears had. We're in the second round. It was a tight end out of Notre Dame. It is Cole Kmet. And now every single
he's staying home, kids.
Oh yeah, he's staying home. He's born and raised Illinois, big Bear fan, and seeing his reaction to Nagy calling him and having that reaction from his family and all that kind of stuff, he wants to bring the pride of Illinois with him. He's gonna just play every single down like crazy and go nuts. Exactly.
That's a Bear roar.
Exactly, and so I liked it.
Cole Kmet, we didn't draft Jordan Love.
Oh wait. No, we did not. But Cole,
losers.
I still think Cole Kmet was a great pick.
Yeah, no, I mean everybody going into the draft, you knew you had to pick somebody, and everybody and their mom had this dude on the board for the Bears. So I mean, it was a no-brainer to pick him, and I'm glad it was him because I like the move a lot. I thought it was a good pickup. I think he's going to be a really good tight end. I kind of like to compare him to like a Greg Olsen of now, just younger. Because back when he was with the Bears, he was average at blocking, but he was also a really good pass catcher. But I think of him as now as Cole Kmet, he's got to work on his blocking, but I think his receiving game and his hands are just what's really is going to kill the linebackers in the middle. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that kid play on the field.
I mean, my main thing is as long as he has some wheels, and he does. He has.
Yeah.
He
as
has,
long as you don't lose to Jimmy Graham, you're fine.
Yeah. As long as you don't lose to Jimmy Graham, and just to, just because I mean, normal rookie tight ends don't usually do well in their first years. So, but I mean, first pick by the Bears this year, people are going to have a lot of expectations. So I think he's going to be good. So, whichever. But going to the second pick that we had
in the second round.
It was cornerback Jalen Johnson out of Utah.
That guy right there is going to be our starting number 2 cornerback beside Kyle Fuller.
I honestly think that too because everybody said that he was supposed to be like a first round talent.
Yeah, but unfortunately his stock fell because of his injury that he suffered. I believe I can't remember. I want to say it was like a shoulder or something, but I can't remember. But yeah, I mean, I think the kid's going to be really good. I think he is going to be the opposing cornerback to Kyle Fuller. So I'm really looking forward to him.
I mean, honestly, I'd rather have our cornerbacks to be young, fast, and, raw so that way we can have some speed back there because we already got some speed with Eddie Jackson and Kyle Fuller. Add some more. It's a scurry.
Yeah.
Next would be
Tre'Vez Gibson.
It is Tre'Vez Gibson. Look at you, Jake.
I don't have notes. I'm telling you. I just remember this all in my mind.
Yeah,
I don't have my phone on me or anything. Nope. No Wikipedia pages. Nothing.
Man, look at you, Jake. Just fantastic.
Dude, I remember this stuff. I love this team, dude. I'm not on my phone that's on 95% battery.
But having a outside linebacker to the group, obviously it's somebody that we can try to mold into being.
He's not gonna start.
He's not. He'll probably be a special teamer. He'll probably contribute to it. And then once because you're learning from Robert Quinn and Khalil Mack. Yeah. 2 guys that if you're asking me, hey, do you feel comfortable learning the position and learning how to get a good work ethic and how to be a great outside linebacker in the league, I'd be pretty freaking pumped to be.
But I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be pretty legit because we know about his history of I don't want to say it, and I don't wish anything bad to the guy. I hope he stays healthy for the next 3 years. But if Danny Trevathan does go down like he primarily does almost every year, I think this kid can step in and be a really good player to cover him, at least for now.
Well,
you know what I mean?
So you think they're going to switch him from outside linebacker to inside?
Yeah, who else? They have up and rising players that I don't even know their names because, that's not bad, but... I don't know. I think so. You never know. It's Nagy. Remember, he switched Cody Whitehair and James Daniels over, and look how great that turned out.
Yeah, never do that again.
Yeah,
that was dumb. Please don't ever do that again.
So
just keep where it's at.
It's 2 totally different positions.
Yeah,
but I think get the kid some playing time. Get the kid out there.
And next is that Darnell Mooney?
Not even close. Kendall Vildor.
What
are you looking at?
I'm just on here. Well, sorry, Jake, that my notes aren't in order. It's just by my memory.
Yep.
Who said what in the 5th round.
Well, yeah. Okay.
So, Kendall Vildor from Georgia Southern.
Sounds like a freaking Lord of the Rings character.
Which is pretty awesome.
Vildor!
Just say that's pretty sweet.
Bilbo Baggins?
But another cornerback, again... He's going to probably be a special teamer.
Can't have enough of those. He's going to be a special teamer.
Special teamer probably the first year or 2. Might be able to mold him into another starting cornerback. Maybe when Kyle Fuller gets older, like in the next 2 years or whatever the case.
Or next year because of cap, because I read that.
That could also be a possibility too. I mean, you never know.
Cap sucks.
Yeah, the cap does affect a lot of things in football. So.
But you gotta pay Khalil Mack.
Yeah, but you gotta pay Khalil Mack. That's our bread and butter on defense. So
that's a good sandwich.
You're darn right. All right, now wide receiver. Darnell Mooney.
Yeah.
Now this pick, I liked because this kid is fast.
Do you know what he ran, Nathan?
I do not know what he ran, Jake. What did he run?
4.38, bro. It's pretty fast.
Yeah, that's pretty friggin' fast.
God, what kind of notes do you have?
I don't have any notes, Jake. It's all off my memory. But
you just remembered his name.
Exactly. But no, just him getting picked in the 5th round. I mean, we do have a stacked wide receiver
Special
group.
team player.
I mean,
for now.
he'll be a special
He's
team player.
basically gonna be a Javon Wims 2.0. Maybe a special teams player. Probably gonna be in street clothes most of the year, or maybe hell, he even make the practice squad.
Honestly, I could see him being like a special teamer. Would it be like a returner if Cordero Patterson and him like punt returning or anything like that? I mean, Tariq Cohen's out there too.
Yeah, so.
But I mean, if they want to take Tariq off and not have him possibly get hit and die on the field, because there have been a couple questionable times where he has dove head first and has gotten hit and everybody freaked out because they didn't want him getting hurt. So, but
he's a survivor.
Yeah.
If he gets hit, he'll just shrink more.
All right, Jake. Who's next after that? I know it jumps to the 7th round.
Oh wow, you're really smart.
I'll try.
Arlington Hambright, offensive guard, Colorado.
All right, because I know you want to say the last person too, which might as well just get him because I know they're both offensive linemen.
Lachavius Simmons, sure, yeah, Dad.
Lachavius Simmons.
Yeah.
However you say
Guard.
the name. No offense, we're gonna botch some of these names, so we apologize. But
we're dumb.
Yeah, but
Tennessee State. Yeah. Oh wait, that's like Texas. That's
two offensive linemen. A lot of people were actually kind of upset that we waited this long to get O-line in the
there
draft.
wasn't really anything out there available, and Pace, he drafts
Best available,
and
usually.
And apparently, literally back-to-back picks were 2 linemen. But you can never have enough linemen because people like Charles Leonard can suck sometimes, and so can Bobby Messi. But
I'm happy that they did get offensive linemen because they'll probably be practice squad guys.
Yeah.
Or they might be special teamers or whatever the case may be. But if you have a good offensive line coach, which I think we do, he can mold them into something that he'll actually be able to work with.
Yeah.
And potentially become starters. Because Charles Leno was a 7th round pick. I'm just saying. Yes, but the money that we got Charles Leno for compared to all the other top paid left tackles in the league, that's like pennies. So you can get all mad about it. Oh my God, calm down. Obviously, if you guys couldn't tell, Jake is not a fan of Charles Leno Jr.
I am. I'm just the money he's making is just why? But Nate's right. I wasn't gonna pay freaking people Nate Solder at the time. That guy's a bust in New York. All those guys. But no, just the money he's making. Why are you throwing trash? But
because I am trash, Jake.
Okay.
You know that for a fact.
Yeah, I know. But these two, I don't see them making the active roster. I can see them.
No,
those two are pretty much practice squad guys, and unfortunately, they're really gonna have to fight their way up unless like I said, I don't wish injury on anybody, but I feel like if an injury does happen, these guys could get called up, or at least one. I think that Arlington guy can be called up right away. But I do see these guys as pretty much for now camp bodies and then practice squad players. So and there's nothing wrong with that. You just got to work your way up a lot. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now, one person, and this is the only player that I had after the draft that we picked up as an undrafted free agent. There's only one person that I cared about. Every other player, I hope every player that got undrafted players. Those stories are always cool to hear that undrafted making.
Except when you go to the Packers.
True, but Ladarius Mack, bringing in Khalil Mack's brother. I swear, I hope by everything in me that this kid just goes crazy. I hope this kid proves I should have been drafted. Me and my brother can be right next to each other and just go nuts. Or they can even change him into an inside linebacker. And if Danny Trevathan does get hurt, hopefully never happens, knock on wood. Or,
hello.
Or if, after a year or so and Danny Trevathan starts to, go on the downswing, he can take over for him too.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. And having Khalil, Ladarius Mack, which, by the way, both are pretty awesome names, I'm not going to lie. Ladarius is cool.
Okay. I don't see him making the roster, sorry.
You don't see it?
Maybe a practice squad, but I don't see it. One Mac is enough.
2 Max is pretty cool too.
Okay.
So, But Jake, okay, so now that we got
So
through,
say we're going from like a Big Mac to a Grand Mac. Get it? Because it's bigger.
no, I think that they would make a new item just called Double Mac. So it's just everything that a Big Mac
That's
is, just
stupid.
double. But now, Jake, since we went through all of free agency,
Just laugh at my jokes, people.
went through all of free agency,
No.
we went through all of the draft. Now it's time to get to the point where it's like, all right, what do you think this squad of people is going to do this year?
Super Bowl!
Really?
Kid can dream.
I mean, Jake, you say that every year. A kid can
Kid
dream.
can dream.
A kid can dream, yes.
You know what? Honestly, though, like you don't. Let's do this because we can talk about this and then like, okay. So I got the schedule up right now, and I'll ask you your opinion if it's gonna be a W or not.
Okay.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Because honestly, we'll both have disagreements. So I mean, like, just follow along with us. Okay. The first game. Okay. Preseason. Nah, screw that. That don't matter.
I don't
So at Detroit, W or first game of the season at Detroit, W or not?
Depends who's starting quarterback, Trubisky or Foles.
Honestly, in hindsight, if we're gonna be realistic here, it's probably gonna be Foles.
Okay. Well, either way, we're gonna get that W.
Okay. Should probably like write this down, but whatever. Okay. So W, I also agree. W. You have pen and paper.
I'll just put the.
Okay. You got fingers. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So both of us say Detroit is a win at Detroit. Okay. Game 2, New York at home, Giants. Winner, W or loss?
New York Giants at home.
Yes.
They have Saquon Barkley. They have
Odell.
Danny Dimes. Yeah, they don't have any more. In hindsight, I still think I think that'd be a W because
me too.
I mean, they really don't. I mean, their defense isn't that ridiculous, and do I think Danny Dimes could be good? Possibly. It just depends on who he has as a supporting cast.
Right.
Saquon Barkley, though, if I got
draft him in the first round for fantasy people.
Yeah, that kid he's a stud. Always.
Okay, so I also think that's a W. So we're both 2-0. Okay, number 3, at Atlanta, W or not?
At Atlanta, they just got Todd Gurley this offseason, so if he stays healthy, Matt Ryan always plays well.
At the Dome.
At the Dome, yeah.
Okay.
Atlanta's always tough at home.
Okay.
Say it's a loss.
You're gonna say it's a loss? I'm gonna say it's a win.
Okay, so
I'm 3-0, and you're 2-1.
I'm 2-1. Yeah.
Okay, so that's okay. The next one, Indianapolis at home. Indianapolis just signed Phillip Rivers.
Yep, they have Phillip Rivers there. They have what's the running back's name?
Marlon Mack.
Yeah,
Marlon Mack. T.Y. Hilton still.
T.Y. Hilton's still in there. They lost Eric Ebron.
Yeah.
Their defense is all right.
They got that Ladarius Leonard. What is that guy? I can't remember his name. He's a good Darius Leonard. Darius Leonard, I think it is. That linebacker.
Yeah. That
guy. They have him. He's a pretty good stud. Okay. So W or not? At home versus the Colts.
We'll beat the Colts.
Okay, so you're 3-1.
Yes.
I also say we'll beat the Colts. I say we're 4-0.
Jake. 72 Dolphins. Watch out, Jake's coming for you.
We're coming for you, baby. Okay, so I'm 4-0 and Nathan is 3-1. Okay. The big one. Primetime Thursday night football.
Oh, it's against the Packers.
No, it's not.
Really?
Tampa Bay.
Oh.
At home.
The Tampa Bay.
The Tampa Bay Patriots. So,
Primetime at home?
Oh, excuse me. I keep saying Patriots. At home, but hold on. Remember, Buccaneers, I keep saying the Patriots, but the Buccaneers signed Tom Brady.
Rob Gronkowski.
They brought Gronkowski out of retirement.
But they
still have Chris Godwin.
Mike Evans.
And they have Bruce Arians calling the plays. Is that a W or not for you? And their defense is pretty good. They still have Ndamukong Suh. They still have some good linebackers. Like, is that a W for you?
First things first, I just want to say this right now. Ndamukong is a piece of crap. I'm just gonna say it right now. I don't like that guy. I just have to get off my chest because he said his name.
Okay.
He was a dirty player.
So is that a W for you or not?
At home?
Yeah. At home versus Tampa on Thursday night.
No, we lose.
Okay, I'm also going to agree with you. So I'm 4-1, you're 3-2.
Yep.
Okay.
So far, I'm being negative.
Huh?
So far, I'm being very negative right now.
Well, I mean, it's opinions, nothing is ever right. But okay, so the next game following that, at Carolina, Teddy Bridgewater going there, new coach.
Who's the coach for Carolina?
Good question.
Okay, well, we're not looking it up.
Okay, Carolina, Teddy Bridgewater, all those guys.
I mean, Christian McCaffrey is the only person I'm really scared of on that team.
Oh yeah, that's pretty much, I forgot about him. But yeah, that's Christian McCaffrey. Teddy Bridgewater isn't. I'm glad he revived his career, but okay.
But for the money he got, I don't think he's gonna be that good. I'm sorry. Okay. I think he'll be good, but not like for the money he's making. So I think we're gonna win that game.
Okay, so you think we're gonna win? Mm-hmm. I also think we're gonna win. So I'm 5-1.
You're 5-1. I am 4-2.
Okay, all right. At LA, Monday Night Football, LA Rams.
Oh God, they lost so many people. They lost Todd Gurley. They lost what's his name? Wide receiver, Jake. Give me a hand.
Brandon Cooks.
Thank you. Lost Brandon Cooks. Robert Quinn's always a question mark. He's always usually hurt. Frickin' Cooper Kupp's usually hurt. Their defense is good.
Wait. Did you say Robert Quinn?
I'm an idiot. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Robert Quinn. He's a question. We don't know how he's going to play well for us.
No, he'll be fine. What's his name?
The hell?
No, what's the wide receiver? It's Robert something.
Cooper Kupp.
No, but
Robert Woods.
Thank you. I didn't get enough sleep last night, guys. I'm sorry.
You lie.
I'm not lying.
You lie like a freaking rug.
No, I don't. Anyway, I mean, we beat them before. I mean, we also lost them this past season, but I mean, we beat them before.
Is it a W or not for you?
Yeah, it's a W.
It's a W for me too. The Rams are going to be terrible, and I think after this season, they're finally going to fire Sean McVay.
I don't think that.
I think they're going to fire Sean McVay.
Sean McVay's smart, dude. I don't think they're going to get rid of Sean McVay.
Sorry.
If anything, they find different quarterbacks. What are you?
So I'm at 6-1. Okay. You're at 5-2.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm keeping track on here, Jake. I'm using sign language, so we're good.
I'm also.
This is you and me. This is 6. I know sign.
I can do it. I have hands.
That's fine.
Okay. Whatever. So Sunday afternoon, at home versus the Saints. Played the Saints last year without Drew Brees. Teddy Bridgewater kicked our butts.
Oh God, yes he did.
W or not?
Home or away?
At home, at Soldier Field.
Yeah, they have everything on that offense and that defense.
And I believe they signed Emmanuel Sanders too.
Oh, Jesus! How many more weapons does that man need?
I don't know.
Oh, that's a loss for me, dude. I'm sorry. There's no way we're beating the Saints, even at home. Like, I mean, unless the defense just dismantles Drew Brees as a weapon. Like Michael Thomas, and Alvin Kamara, and
so that's a loss for you.
I think it's a loss.
I'm also going to give it a loss. So I am 6-2. You are 5-3. Okay,
which I mean still is very good.
Okay, Sunday afternoon at Tennessee, at home versus at Tennessee versus the Titans. Titans signed Ryan Tannehill for a long time. Kind of deserved it because Miami didn't really have the talent around him, and now he proved what he is. They have Derrick Henry. They got an up-and-coming wide receiver core. They have, I don't think they have Delaney Walker anymore, but they have an up-and-coming defense with Mike Vrabel being the head coach. Is that a win or loss for you?
Well, again, that's another quarterback that I think that got paid way too much money. Like Ryan, I mean, he played great. I'll give him that. Ryan Tannehill played really good last year. Okay. And Derrick Henry should have got most of that money because that man carried that team last year. Okay. Derrick Henry's a big boy, and he'll just knock.
That man is a monster. Yeah,
he's huge. I mean, he beat the Patriots. Do you not? Yeah. I think he single-handedly beat the Patriots last year in the playoffs.
Okay. So is that a W for you or a loss?
It's a W. I think we're gonna beat Derrick Henry. And it's literally just Derrick Henry. Because I think Ryan Tannehill's going to... I think his eyes are going to fall on his face.
Okay. I think it's going to be a loss.
Wow. We are now officially the same record now. We are 6-2.
We are... What? We're 6-3?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I think it's going to be a loss. I think Derrick Henry's just going to go off. I think that... Oh, and by the way, when I said in the beginning with Nick Foles starting, I think when we get to the Tampa game, I think Mitch Trubisky's going to start taking over again. Either because Nick Foles is going to get hurt or he sucks. In my opinion. I don't wish he gets hurt. But you never know. He got hurt last year. So I think before the Tampa game, I think that's when Trubisky's going to start playing.
Also, I'm pretty sure me and Jake can both agree in saying this, that we really don't care who plays quarterback for the Chicago Bears. As long as they win, we don't really care.
So, my perspective has changed, though, with Trubisky at quarterback. That's why I'm giving them a couple of losses. So.
I got you.
I don't know what your opinion on is that. Like, maybe Nick Foles is starting the full season for you. But I think before the Tampa game, I think that's when Trubisky starts playing. So we're both 6-3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. For me, Trubisky's playing quarterback. I believe think Nick Foles is still playing, right?
More than likely.
Okay. Monday night, Minnesota, at home, Soldier Field. W or loss?
W or loss at home, Soldier Field, Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we own Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
We win that game.
Win.
Not a chance.
7-3 both.
Yeah.
7-3.
Also, it doesn't matter because they lost Stephon Diggs. Yeah, they have Adam Thielen, but without Stephon, I'll just cover.
And if Dalvin Cook can stay healthy, he's all right. But they lost a lot of people on defense too. They lost Everson Griffin, Trey Waynes. They cut Xavier Rhodes. So, and I believe after this season, Mike Zimmer will. Be
Mike Zimmer's gonna be gone.
So 7-3.
Yep, 7-3 so far.
Okay. After that, we're on a bye. Then
we lose that week.
Sure. All right. After the bye, Sunday night in Lambeau.
In Lambeau?
In Lambeau at Green Bay.
God. Man, I hate those games.
Me too.
I
play
actually,
them at noon, people.
That and just stop.
You get a W?
In Lambeau, they drafted Jordan Love.
Yep.
LMAO. Now, just a question.
Yes.
Do you think when they drafted Jordan Love,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Rodgers came out and he said that he was...
Screw him.
No, just listen.
Okay.
Rodgers said that, I wasn't obviously really happy when we drafted a quarterback, but it's business, and I know that eventually my tail end, I'm getting to the point where my career is getting, closer to hit this, the end.
Done with Green Bay.
Well, yeah.
He's not going to retire a backer.
Oh no, he's gonna end his career somewhere else.
I think he's going to go to Vegas. Just cause.
That'd be.
Why not?
I mean, yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Okay. Anyway, go ahead. Ask your question, please.
Do you think if Rodgers either has a bad time, it's like a bad season,
yeah,
or he gets hurt,
yeah,
do you think there's a possibility of seeing rookie Jordan Love playing at this game?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, Rodgers rarely gets hurt.
I mean, in all honesty, if Rodgers really, I'm going to be serious, so in my opinion, Rodgers never really gets injured a lot.
Yeah, he doesn't.
So, I mean, if he does play bad, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's probably time because, let's just say we're going to the Green Bay's going into the season, they have a losing record, and they're what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have 5 games left before this game, and they're fighting for a playoff spot. And Aaron Rodgers is sucking. Which hindsight, we're not saying, people, just saying. So maybe it's time. It's the Jordan Love show.
But
maybe it's time.
But if you're saying how, and I hate saying this, but if Aaron Rodgers is out there and he's playing like he usually does, all great and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
In Lambeau, we lose.
You're gonna lose?
We ain't winning in Lambeau.
I'm saying we're gonna win in Lambeau.
The reason why I just think that we're not
going to is
because I don't know what Nick Foles' record is in Lambeau. I don't know if he has a good thing. I don't know how he does in Lambeau. I mean, I know he does well in the cold because it's Nick Foles. He was in Philadelphia and all that kind of stuff. But I'm just saying, Trubisky, if he's wearing a diaper, he craps his pants when he's in Lambeau.
We're not talking about Jerry Reinsdorf here.
Okay? I'm just saying, but usually Trubisky kind of craps his pants in Lambeau. He does.
Yeah,
and
so did Jay Cutler, but that's another story.
Well,
get a job.
Get a job, Kristen. But if I still think it's a loss.
Okay, I'm going to say it's a W. I really think we're actually going to beat them in Lambeau. I think it's probably for the first time since that Thanksgiving game. I want to say that was the last time we won in Lambeau, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. Think about it.
No, because we lost. No, you're right.
All the other wins that I can recall against Green Bay have been at Soldier Field.
You're right.
Okay, so I'm 8-4 and you're 7-7. No, I'm 8-3. You're 7-4.
7-4.
Okay,
which is still very respectable.
Okay. Yep. Okay. At Detroit. No, excuse me. Versus Detroit at home.
No. W.
All right. So 9-3. 9-3.
But I'm just saying. I want to say something about Detroit because we didn't say anything about Detroit the first time. The reason why I think that we're going to beat Detroit so easily is because I do not believe in Matt Patricia.
No, I don't either.
And I'm not saying anything bad about him. It's just
it's not a coach.
Yeah, he's a defensive coordinator, and you see the reason why his defense was so great in the Patriots.
Talent.
Well, talent, and you had Bill Belichick there. Bill Belichick is
the GOAT.
Yeah, when it came to coaches, yeah, hello. Other than him and Don Shula, which R.I.P. But I'm just saying, like,
Don Shula, yeah, he's up there. Belichick. I say Bill Walsh. I want to say with the Niners, George Halas, Vince Lombardi.
Yeah.
All those guys, Okay, so you are 8-4. I'm 9-3.
Yes.
Okay.
Jake is on the positive turn of the season right now.
I gotta stay positive, kids. Versus Houston at home.
Versus Houston at home.
Mm-hmm.
A game of possibly Deshaun Watson and Mitchell Trubisky, or it's Deshaun Watson versus
Tyler Bray.
Nick Foles.
Is that W?
Well, Houston, that Deshaun Watson can either be hurt or he can be completely great. On top of that, DeAndre Hopkins got traded for pennies.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my God, Bill O'Brien, what are you doing?
That guy's an idiot. He's gonna be fired after
he's gonna be gone.
Okay.
Unless Houston does like a complete 360.
Yeah.
And I mean, David Johnson can be good if he stays healthy. Like you basically got like their whole offense is a injury plagued offense.
Yeah. And they get Brandon Cooks could never stay healthy because of concussions. So is that a win for you?
Is that home or away?
It's at home.
Oh, it's a W.
Really?
W.
I'm gonna say it's a loss.
The only reason why I say it's a W is because if you think about it, their defense and their offense is always injury plagued. If you think about it.
All right, I'm gonna say it's a loss because I don't want to keep going and say everybody's gonna win and they're gonna call me crazy. No, I'm just kidding. I think it's gonna be a loss. I think that. I mean, it's.
So we're both 9-4.
Yes, both 9-4. Okay.
Okay.
So I think it's gonna be a loss though. I think that Deshaun Watson is. Particularly if Mitch in my world Trubisky is playing, he's better than the quarterback. So I think it's going to be a loss. Okay, so both 9-4. All right. So after that, we're at Minnesota. Is that a win or a W for you? Minnesota again in the dome.
We own Kirk Cousins.
Okay, so is that a win for you?
Game. Yes,
okay, I also say it's a win. So I am 10-4. You are
10-4.
10-4. Wow,
we are agreeing.
Wow.
And sometimes it usually doesn't happen.
All right.
But it does this time.
We're at after that at Jacksonville. Game.
This could possibly be a Nick Foles revenge game.
Possibly.
This could also be a Gardner Minshew destruction of the porno stash.
The porno stash. All right. So what do you think?
It said in Jacksonville.
In Jacksonville, yes.
And that's in December, isn't it?
Yes.
So it's actually could be kind of warm. So the guys are going to feel pretty good.
Yes.
Who did Jacksonville get this offseason? They traded away everybody.
Gardner Minshew.
But they've had him. But who do they get? Because didn't they start like trading away everybody? Because
that Joe Schubert guy from Cleveland, a linebacker. Yeah.
Zippity doo dah.
Exactly. They have Gardner Minshew, Leonard Fournette, maybe.
Yeah, they don't trade
Chris
him.
Conley, I guess. Whatever. Okay, so is that a win or a W?
It's a W.
Really?
It has to be a W.
I'm gonna say it's a loss.
I mean, the only reason why I think it's a W is because I remember when the offseason first started, Leonard Fournette literally was tweeting out saying I don't got anybody else here left.
Oh wait, they also have Jalen Ramsey. No, they don't.
Exactly.
Okay, so I am 10-5. You are
11-4.
11-4. Okay. And of course, it's probably gonna come down to this.
Not if we're 11-4. It's not.
Who knows what this team's gonna be?
That's also very true.
Because the last team of the season that we play, Green Bay at Soldier Field, is that a win for you?
Just really quick.
Mm-hmm.
People who make the schedules, you need to knock this crap off.
Yeah, stop putting us against the last season. It's got to come down to that, man.
Yeah,
you jerk.
Put us against I wouldn't even care if the last game of the season was Kansas City.
Yeah,
or
come on.
I wouldn't have cared if we played Tom Brady.
Why is it got to be Rodgers?
Yeah, why is it got to be Rodgers or the Vikings or no, I'm just saying in the division. It's annoying.
Yeah.
Stop. I mean, it's a suspense and it gets views.
Dun, dun, dun.
Rodgers will be at home. We have that crowd. We usually play better in Chicago when it comes against the Packers because we have the crowd noise. And if we're 11-4 in my mind,
mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, we're finishing out the season with a W. We're going 12-4.
I am gonna say it's also a win. So you are 12-4. I am 11-5.
So I'm thinking it's going to be 2018.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Because we went.
Kids can dream.
Kids can dream very much.
So so you're 12-4.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 11-5. Okay, so after that, let's just throw this out there because I love talking statistics and all that. Okay, so for the Bears, how many yards will Nick Foles throw for you? because he's your starter he is your starter, Nathan, for your whole season. How many yards does he throw for?
Oh God. You want like my whole stat line for him?
Yeah, sure. That's what I just want to go through.
I mean, if
we're gonna go through the quarterback, wide receiver, running back, and defensive backs and linebackers / linemen.
I mean, if we're
Who's gonna lead the Bears with what?
I mean, if you're talking Nick Foles the whole year and we're going 12-4 and he's at the helm the entire time, sorry Trubisky, but I'm saying he has to be doing at least like 3,500 yards. He has to have
So is that what you're thinking? He's gonna throw for 3,500 yards?
Either 3,500 or 3,750.
Okay. How many touchdowns?
He'll probably throw at least 28.
Okay. How many interceptions?
Probably like 11.
Okay. Since I have both quarterbacks playing, and I believe I said how many games is that? How many games was that?
I think it was like 6 games in.
Let me see.
I think Tampa Bay's like
1, 2,
6.
3, 4. Okay, so 4 games in because Tampa Bay's 5. I say Nick Foles is either
Big Richard.
Damn, okay. I say Nick Foles is either benched or sadly he gets hurt. For me, I'm gonna say Nick Foles throws for 1,100 yards. He throws for 12 touchdowns and 9 interceptions.
Dang.
Yeah.
Throwing picks those first 4 weeks.
And for the rest of the year, I'm gonna say Trubisky. He throws for 3,400 yards. I'm going to say 26 touchdowns and 10 interceptions.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a pretty solid amount for...
Yeah.
How many rushing yards, though?
Okay, so, you know what you want to just do? Tariq Cohen and...
Well, no, I was saying for Trubisky. Because
rushing yards? I'm going to say he's going to average... I'm going to say for the year, he's going to get 450, and he's going to have 2 rushing touchdowns on the season. Okay.
I don't think Nick Foles is going to rush.
No, I don't think Nick Foles is going to run.
I think he might have like 6.
Okay, so how about running back? What do you think the stats will be for David Montgomery? How many rushing yards do you think he'll get? How many receiving yards do you think he will get? And let's just combine the touchdowns.
Okay. I'm just going to combine the yards in total.
Okay. I'm gonna do mine separately.
But I mean, I think he'll. Well, if you're doing separately, I think he'll at least get like 1,100 yards rushing.
Rushing, okay.
And then he'll have probably like 250 receiving.
Wow. Okay.
The only reason why I think that is because he can just break so many tackles, touchdown wise, total touchdowns. Maybe he'll have 11.
Okay. All right. What about Tariq Cohen?
Tariq Cohen, rushing yard wise, I think he's going to have a really low rushing yards.
I think he will too.
I think he might have maybe 450 rushing.
That seems about average.
Because
that seems average.
Yeah, because he shouldn't be the guy who's rushing the ball.
Yeah, no. Okay, but what about receiving wise?
Receiving wise, I think he's going to have
if they used him right.
If they use him correctly,
if they use him like they did in 2018.
700
receiving yards, and how many touchdowns combined for you?
His touchdown number is actually going to be a lot lower, in my opinion.
Okay.
Because I think he's going to be the guy who's going to get...
Do you think David Montgomery's going to get everything then down the goal line?
Well, either that, and plus, like, when you get to the goal line, you can use a super beefy tight end like Cole Kmet.
What about Ryan Nall? Could be a third option to running back.
That's very true. He can also be fullback, too, if he wanted to.
Okay. So, what is your predictions for touchdowns for Tariq Cohen? Yes.
I think 5.
5 altogether?
Like 5 altogether.
Okay.
Whether it's rushing or catching. It's going to be very low.
That seems... Actually, that seems pretty fair. For me... For David Montgomery, rushing yards, I'd say he's going to get 1,200.
He's going to go. Let's go for it all.
1,200, yeah. And receiving, I'm going to give him. I'm going to say 350. Okay. For rushing touchdowns, I think he's going to get 7. For receiving, I think he's going to get 2. Receiving touchdowns. Okay. So for Tariq Cohen, I have to agree with you on this. I don't think he's going to be rushing a lot. But for me, I think he's going to get at least, what did you say? 350.
This is something around that.
I think he said 350. We'll learn it when we listen to the Windy City podcast.
Yeah, we listen.
Okay.
Yeah.
For Tariq Cohen, I think he's gonna get. I'm gonna give him 500 rushing yards. Okay. And receiving, I think he's gonna get 820. Just to be a random number, I think he's gonna get 800 because you never know. Because who knows who's gonna be the number 2 option wide receiver? You know, with Anthony Miller can't really staying healthy. You know, but we'll get to that in a minute. But,
yeah.
Rushing touchdowns, I think 2. And receiving touchdowns, I'm going to say 3.
Okay.
Seems fair.
I mean,
I think we both said 5 touchdowns altogether, I believe, right?
Yeah, we said
Okay,
5
yeah.
each.
Okay, so wide receiver. Let's do 2 wide receivers. Who? Obviously, Allen Robinson is the number 1 wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
How many catches, yards, and touchdowns do you think he's going to get? And then you could pick any number 2 wide receiver that you want.
God. Allen Robinson's gonna have a big year.
He is. He's playing for the contract.
He's playing for the contract.
Yeah.
He's going to get the contract. He's going to get it. I know
Let's hope.
He better. But I think he's going to have. He'll probably have like. I'm going to say like 95 catches. 95 catches.
Really?
Yeah.
Under 100.
He'll have under 100 catches, but he's going to have the big play. He's going to have like a lot of yards after the catch. You know what I'm saying? He's going to have he'll catch it and run for like 20 yards. He's going to be able to break the tackles.
So you said 95 catches, correct?
So 95 catches.
Okay.
He'll have 1,300 yards.
Numbers.
He's going to have a good year. So 1,300 yards.
Okay.
And
touchdowns.
I think he's going to have 13 touchdowns. By himself.
That's more than 12.
Yes,
that's one number higher than his jersey number.
Yes.
Okay, who would be your number 2 wide receiver?
If I'm going to ask for a number 2...
Okay, let me rephrase that. We all know the number 2 wide receiver is going to be Anthony Miller, but what would you think, if you could pick another player that's going to lead receiving yards after Allen Robinson, you can say Anthony Miller, you can say Javon Williams. I'm just saying, you know what I'm talking about, though, right? Who do you think is going to have less yards than Allen Robinson? Because Allen Robinson is obviously going to be the 1,000-yard wide receiver. Yeah. So we can have 2. It's been done before, people, but who would you say would be the most yards after Allen Robinson, in your opinion?
If he can stay healthy, it would be Javon Williams.
Javon Williams? Okay.
I know he's very raw. He was a 7th-round pick. Very, whatever.
He's shown flashes.
He's shown flashes, but he got hurt last year.
Okay.
So I feel like if he can come back from that injury and just, kick ass the entire time, I feel like he'd be really good. But since he's number 2, I don't think he's going to get that many touches.
Okay.
Because they're going to be spreading the ball to Anthony Miller. They're going to be spreading the ball.
Hopefully they spread the ball.
Anthony Miller, Jimmy Graham, Cole Kmet, all these guys, Trey Cohen. I think he's probably going to get 60 catches. Nothing crazy.
That's fine. That seems average for a number 2/3 wide receiver.
So 60 catches. He'll probably have 650, 700 yards.
I like that zone.
And he'll probably have 5-6 touchdowns.
Okay.
Nothing crazy because you're gonna again you have Trey Cohen, who basically is another wide receiver.
Yeah.
So that's what I think. That's what I personally.
Okay. Yeah. No. For me, Allen Robinson, I think he's going to have 110 catches.
Okay.
I think he's going to have 1,400 yards, and he's going to catch 15 touchdowns. He's going to be the guy.
Okay.
Okay. So, like you said, Anthony Miller is obviously the number 2, but I asked you who would you think after Allen Robinson had the most wide receiving yards?
Yeah.
I think Anthony Miller will actually finally show potential, and he'll stay healthy all season. So for me, I'm going to say Anthony Miller is after Allen Robinson for yards, and I'm going to say he catches 75 passes for 1,100 yards and 6 touchdowns.
Damn.
And we're just trying to this is our this is what we want to hear, but I'm trying to be realistic too, people, if he can stay healthy.
Yeah.
Because obviously I think both of our Allen Robinson's guesses can be pretty accurate. Probably the most accurate out of anything.
Yeah. I'm trying to see something. What the hell? Where is it at? Actually, I'm going to change a couple things. I honestly think that because how many catches did you say Allen Robinson will have?
I say 110.
I think he will have 120. Breaking Brandon Marshall's record.
Just got to ante up me.
Well, the only reason why I'm doing it is because I think he's going to break Brandon Marshall's record from 2012.
For receiving yards or catching?
For catching.
Okay.
For receptions. And then I think he'll also break Brandon Marshall's receiving yards record.
Okay.
Brandon Marshall got 1,508.
Yep.
I think that he's going to go for 1,550.
Okay.
And then the last record is 100-yard receiving games. I think because Brandon Marshall had 7. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I think that Allen Robinson will have 8 or 9. He's going to just go off this year. The only reason why I'm changing is that I honestly think that Allen Robinson, at his age right now and the potential he has more in the tank than Marshall had back in 2012.
Okay.
And I think he's just going to go crazy.
Okay, that's fine. All right, let's get to the tight ends and then defensive players, and then we'll wrap this up. Okay, so tight ends. Jimmy Graham. What do you think he's going to do this year?
Like, it's hard to tell how I think he's going to do. I think he'll be okay.
Okay.
I think he'll. I mean, I think he's gonna be the number 2 tight end. I don't think he's gonna be number 1.
I hardly agree with you on that.
I think he's going to be having like 450.
Okay.
And maybe have like 4 touchdowns. Like, he's gonna be very average. But Cole Kmet, now that boy. I think, I mean, like I said, usually rookie tight ends don't do well. Usually don't. But I think that he'll probably have like 600 yards and probably have like 6 to 7 touchdowns.
Okay.
Catch-wise, he'll probably be in like the 45-50 range. I think Jimmy Graham will probably be in like the 30 range. If he can, keep himself on the field and,
okay,
not suck.
All right, so for me, I'm just going to rapid fire through this because we don't have a lot of time. But I think Jimmy Graham is going to have 50 receptions. I think he's going to have 430 yards for 4 touchdowns. And for me, Cole Kmet, I think he's going to be a big part of what we're going to be doing in this offense. So I'm going to say he gets 60 receptions. I'm going to say he has 850 yards. He's going to have 7 touchdowns.
Damn.
Yeah.
Cole's going to be doing some work.
Yeah. All right, so sack leader. Pick 2 defensive players who you think are going to have the top 1 and top 2 numbers of sacks in the league, in the game, and for the Bears, excuse me.
For the Bears?
Yes.
Khalil Mack.
We all know this one, but
and I'm not going to give numbers. I'm just going to say who I think it's going to be. It's going to be Khalil Mack and Roquan Smith.
sacks.
Yes. I think
we don't have to do the tackles. How many sacks do you think they'll both get?
Oh God, I think
It's tough, man.
I think Khalil's gonna go for like 17. Just go fucking
That's
nuts.
That's a number.
Let's
Okay.
go crazy.
What about Roquan?
Roquan Smith, that boy. I think he will have. I'll give him 11.
All right.
The only reason why I think he's going to be good is because he has such a great, he can just snap off the ball so fast.
Okay. You don't want to do tackles? You don't want to say 2 tackles numbers real quick?
Well, I can.
Okay.
Tackle wise, if he can stay healthy, I think it's gonna be Danny Trevathan.
Yep.
And I still think it's gonna be Roquan Smith.
Okay.
Roquan's gonna break another 100 tackles again.
Okay. Fair enough.
But he'll be leading the team.
So what about Danny Trevathan? How many tackles do you think he'll get?
I think he'll have at least 75.
Fair enough. Okay. I'm gonna start with tackles real quick. I'm gonna also say Roquan Smith. With tackles, I'm gonna say he gets 130.
Okay.
I think after him, I think Danny Trevathan is up, and I think he's going to get 80. I think he's going to finally stay healthy all year. And for me, sacks, obviously Khalil Mack, and you said 17? Yeah, you said 17.
17 or 18.
Yeah, I'm going to give him 16 and a half. Okay, and then after him, I think it's going to be Robert Quinn. I think Robert Quinn's going to have 12 and a half sacks.
Was he going to repeat what he did in Dallas, or did he do it 11 and a half?
He had 11 and a half, but I think for us, with everybody... We have better, no offense, Dallas, we have better defensive players. They got blocked like that. But I think he's going to get 12 and a half sacks right after Khalil Mack.
Okay.
All right, so for the defensive backs, for your corner and safety, who would lead out of whoever you pick? Who would lead in interceptions and tackles?
Oh, Eddie Jackson.
For safety?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Eddie Jackson, he's going to have 9 picks.
9 picks? Wow, he's going to have a bounce back year?
Oh, God, yeah.
Okay.
Especially if you put him back in his old position where he's able to free roam. Oh,
okay.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Now, let me just ask you this: I think we both agree Deshaun Gibson's going to start. What do you think his stats will be with the Bears?
I think he'll have at least 3 picks.
3 picks? That sounds about reasonable.
3 picks.
All right. So what about your corner?
Corner, Kyle Fuller's going to be leading the league. Sorry. Hold on.
Calm it down there. Keep it in your pants, buddy.
Leading the cornerbacks on our team in interceptions.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to jump the gun there, kids.
A little bit.
But I think he's going to have at least 4 or 5.
4 or 5? Okay. What about
and he won't drop it against Green Bay.
Okay. Well, that was a while ago. We all learned. Okay. And I think we both can agree that Jalen Johnson is going to be the number 2. Okay, so what about him?
I think the rookie's going to be pretty good. I think he's also going to have like 3.
3? Okay.
But he's a hitter, so he's going to be tackling pretty hard. So I think he's going to have some.
Yeah, I think he's going to be the bigger tackler of the 2. Okay, so for me, I'm going to start with safety. I'm going to say Deshaun Gibson. He's going to have, I'm going to say 40 tackles, and I'm going to give him 5 interceptions.
Dang.
Yeah, I'm going to give him 5. And for me, Eddie Jackson, I think he's going to get 80 tackles, and I'm going to say he leads the league in interceptions. I'm going to give him 10.
Leads the league in it?
Yeah, I'm going to give him 10. If you move him back to his position, the guy can get 5 easily.
Oh,
so I think 10.
Way more than 5.
Okay, so for me, and then for cornerback, I'm going to start with Jalen Johnson. I think that he's also going to be very good. I think he's going to come fresh out of the gate. So I'm going to say he gets 45 tackles, and I'm going to give him 5 picks.
Okay.
And you're also going to call me crazy, people out there, but I think Kyle Fuller is going to lead the league in interceptions for cornerbacks. I think he's going to have... I'm going to give him 90 tackles. I'm going to give him 12 interceptions.
So we're basically going to be breaking what we did in 2018. Because 2018...
Hey, man, if you got Robert Quinn and all those guys getting the cornerback, anything is possible with popsicles.
That is very true. As long as everybody on the defensive side stays
So before we end this wonderful episode about not the Bulls...
exactly.
What are your final thoughts about going into the season?
It's very positive, obviously, going forward, and I'm hoping that everybody stays healthy, and whether or not Trubisky's the guy or Nick Foles is the guy or whoever it is, as long as they play well and get this team to where Bears fans want them to be now, I'm okay with it. So that's all I can say. I mean, I'm
gonna have to agree with you. Because I got nothing else really to say. I'm gonna have to agree with you.
So. But again, thank you to anybody who's listening to this podcast.
All 9 of you.
All 9. Hopefully it'll be, 10th one somewhere in the world. But thanks again, and we'll see you guys next week.